Hey everybody, and welcome to a part installation video. I'm going to be putting on some new parts on the Saiga. I'm going to be putting on a quad rail and a barrel shroud. So first, the quad rail that I'm going to be putting on is the Chaos extended rail. And that's kind of how it goes on there. And second is the Raptor Claw barrel shroud. This is all aluminum. It's also vented. It goes over the barrel, which helps if you touch it, it's not going to burn your hand. It also helps to cool off the barrel. Now this part up here sticks out further than the barrel does. It's supposed to help with recoil, and also if you're trying to breach a door or something to that effect. Alright, so let's go ahead and put these on. So in order to put on the quad rails, I will have to remove the rear sight on the Saiga 12. Now you should just be able to punch it out because it's in a track in here. However, the Saiga 12s are notorious for these not being able to be punched out. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take a hacksaw to it a little bit until it loosens up. So that's what I've got done so far. I don't want to go all the way through because I don't want to mess up the barrel. So I'm going to go ahead and try to punch it out at this point. Okay, so apparently I'm going to have to saw it a little bit more. Okay, so I don't want to go all the way through the sight. I want to go ahead and try to punch this out now. First of all, I'm going to try to break it. And then see if I can punch it out. Alright, so I went ahead and I sawed out a little bit on the other side too. It's really being a pain in my ass. And it's finally starting to go. Okay, so it's just that easy. Actually, guys, it wasn't easy at all. I really don't like taking hacksaws to my shotgun here, but just go ahead and make sure that you don't cut in a little too deep or anything. Just every once in a while check it. So next we have to take off the old handguard, which is held in by a screw. This is the bottom of it. This is where you would attach a sling or whatever, but there's a flat head screw right there that you just have to take out. And that's probably the easiest part of taking this off. It's actually kind of difficult. Or can be difficult, I should say. Alright, there's also this plate that comes out with it. And just toss that away. We're not going to be using that. Next, you're going to pull up on the front here and try to slide it forward after you pull up. So there's pulling up. And sliding forward can be a pain because it's actually wedged in to the receiver right here a little bit. So what I like to do is just take a mallet and get it out that way. There we go. And then just pull the rest of the way off like so. So next we're going to put the bottom of the quad rail on. And this also has a little notch on it that goes inside the receiver as the other one did. So putting that in there like so. Now we just have to make sure that this is where the hole was for the screw, lines up with the hole up here. I'm going to go ahead and tap this with the mallet a little bit. just to make sure that it's a good fit. There you go. Now you'll be able to see that in there easier if you're doing this. So I went ahead and I blue Loctited the bolt that goes in here to replace the screw that we took out. This kit for the rails did not come with an Allen wrench, which I'm not a fan of. It also didn't come with any rail covers, as some rails do. Alright, so it does just go right in the hole here. Just make sure it's lined up, and then go ahead and screw this down. There we go. Alright, so now that we have the bottom rails in place, we're going to go ahead and switch it over and put the top part on. Now looking at it from the top, you can see that there's 4 holes. This is where the top rails are going to screw in. Now the screws for these 4 holes also do not have any Loctite on them, so I am going to put some blue Loctite on everything. You don't want this coming out if you're shooting it. I'm not going to really tighten it down too much right now, just finger tight until I get them all in. So I a little overdid it with the blue Loctite. Unfortunately, it was having a hard time coming out of the tube. And then when I squeezed it a little too hard, a whole bunch came out. Yeah, I know, Mark. That's what she said. Alright, so now that I have all these semi-tight, I'm going to go ahead and give them a little bit of extra tightening. Not too much, though. I don't want to break anything, of course. Okay, so with that done, let's go ahead and put on the barrel shroud. So the barrel shroud should be pretty easy. All you have to do is take off this thread protector that comes with the Saiga. Sometimes this can be on there pretty tight. Mine wasn't, but they do supply a little tool to take this off if needed. And it is very long threaded. Now because it's threaded, once again, I'm going to go ahead and put some blue Loctite on it. And I got a lot of extra blue Loctite coming out with that. But so with that on the threads, let's go ahead and put on the barrel shroud. And once we get to the threads, we just have to thread it on. Alrighty, give it a good tightening, and that shouldn't be going anywhere. So with all that on, let's go ahead and see what it looks like. So there it is, all put back together, looking a lot better than what it used to be. So the next thing I'm going to be putting on it will be a vertical grip. That's already in the mail. Hopefully it'll be here soon. Also need to put on some new sights since I had to hack the old one off. Might even go, you know, get a flashlight, laser, EOTech. I don't know. You guys tell me, what level of badassery should I take this to? Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, and especially if you like my Saiga 12, give it a thumbs up. Talk to you later.